Modern geology rests on uniformitarianism. It's the belief that Earth's history is a slow, methodical crawl, shaped by millions of years of gradual change. However, the physical record is riddled with artifacts that the mainstream model cannot account for. These anomalies represent physical glitches in our accepted history, often filtered out of academic study. Consider this specific specimen. The ribbed shell belongs to a trilobite, an organism that supposedly went extinct hundreds of millions of years ago. Yet this fossil was found crushed beneath the stitched impression of a human sandal. Finding human footwear in Cambrian Herastrata suggests our timeline is not a continuous line of progress, but a series of violent, sudden disruptions that periodically reset the biosphere. Biological decay is a predictable process. Soft tissue organisms like jellyfish usually rot or disappear long before they can turn to stone. Despite this, we find perfectly petrified jellyfish in solid rock all over the globe. For a boneless, fragile creature to mineralize before it can decay, its entire environment must be flash frozen in a fraction of a second. This rapid entombment isn't limited to the sea. In the 15th century, miners in Switzerland and Peru dug into solid mountain peaks, only to find ancient, well-fashioned wooden ships buried deep within the rock. These ships represent an ocean that was instantly frozen and weighted down by millions of tons of mud and silt, which then compressed into the stone mountains we see today. When we see ships inside mountains and jellyfish in solid rock, we are looking at the physical scars of an orchestrated burial. The precision of these events forces us to look past natural causes and toward a system of intentional resets. The mathematical regularity of these disasters points to an underlying architecture within our reality. This engineered environment, the holosphere, functions as a holographic containment field designed to isolate our solar system. According to the research of Jason Breschers and ancient Gnostic texts, an advanced race known as the Homo annuna developed this simulation to study the complexities of DNA coding under controlled conditions. During these experiments, they engineered the Cro-Magnon, but the architects accidentally imbued this new species with immortal souls and an intellectual potential that could eventually threaten the stability of the system. Universal DNA failsafes protect sentient life once it is conceived. Because the architects could not simply delete their creation without violating these protocols, they had to find a way to manage a population they couldn't erase. Trapped in the simulation alongside their subjects, the Annuna retreated into vast, interconnected underground biospheres, deep Earth complexes predating the current human era. To prevent humanity from achieving its full potential, the architects utilize a Cataclysm protocol. This is a scheduled maintenance routine designed to periodically depopulate the surface and reset human development. The primary mechanism for this reset is the Phoenix. It is an orbital weapon system that triggers these resets with mathematical precision. When the protocol initiates, the atmosphere collapses. The world is instantly bathed in millions of tons of red, suffocating dust that flash freezes the biosphere while triggering worldwide volcanic eruptions. This specific weapon deployment explains the instant fossils found across the globe. It is a system-wide wipe that solidifies the environment in a single moment. These events are managed by celestial governors, including our own moon. Ancient records indicate the moon was captured and placed in its perfect circular orbit in 4039 BCE, specifically to guide these cycles. Firm, deliberate, history suggests that what we record as natural disasters are actually perfectly timed executions of system-wide code. Within a programmed simulation, time is absolutely not a linear progression of events, but a series of predictable mathematical loops. Ancient civilizations dedicated their cultures to tracking these loops. The Maya used their long-count baktunes to measure time in precise blocks of 144,000 days. These steeloglyphs are specifically designed to calculate intervals between global resets, serving as a survival manual for those within the simulation. The architects used a similar system, tracking history through 600-year intervals, known as the Anunnaki NER chronology. The Great Pyramid of Giza serves as the primary hardware blueprint for this system. Its internal geometry focuses on the numbers of the living. Converting its angles and measurements into years maps them perfectly to every known reset date in human history. These monoliths and calendars are the remaining technical manuals for our reality, revealing a timeline that is far more structured than modern science admits. When we overlay the Mayan backtunes, the NER chronology, and the pyramid's internal measurements, the timelines converge on a single specific date. That date is May 2040. It marks the next scheduled return of the Phoenix and the initiation of the next Cataclysm protocol. The 2040 convergence will involve rapid lithospheric displacement, pushing oceans over the continents as the sky turns red with suffocating dust. The trilobite in the sandal and the ships in the mountains are evidence of a system nearing its next reset. Our task is to recognize the architecture of our reality before the next protocol begins.